Hi, you guys. I miss you guys, and I'm sorry it's been such a strange week, but I cannot wait to get back. I thought I would read you a story. I have a couple, but I'll stick with this one first. So, this is Spiky, and all of you know Jonah, and he loves this story. So, Spiky. In a dark, dark forest, there lived a creature who was covered in spikes. His name was Spiky. He had spikes on his back, spikes on his tummy, spikes on his head, and spikes on his bottom. He even had a few little spikes on his arms and his knees. Spiky was very proud of his spikes. They were handy for chasing off robbers. They scared anyone who was bigger than him, and they kept absolutely everyone at a distance. He was Spiky, he was bad, and he didn't need anyone at all. His father, Mr. Spikington, had sent him to the best school for badness in the whole country. Spiky had learned all the latest scare techniques, the snarkiest snarl, and a wide variety of terrifying expressions. But most important of all, he had learned that he was very, very bad indeed. See, it doesn't look very nice. And since Spiky had been living all alone in the dark, dark forest, he had become even more wicked. Look, he's not being nice. He's sticking his tongue out at that tree, running off with some picnic things. He sharpened his spikes to make the points perfect. Then he went out into the dark, dark wood, raising a ruckus, stealing snacks and tormenting the trees. He pulled the wings off of butterflies. If he couldn't fly, why should they? He captured the robins and the chickadees in big glass jars because their chirping annoyed him so much. What was there to be happy about? He plucked the petals off the flowers. He pricked holes in the snail's shells because they were slow and slimy, and he laughed at the toads for being so ugly. Spiky had become so very, very bad that even his shadow grew darker and darker. But one day, something unexpected happened. Spiky started losing his spikes. See all his spiky things he has? The first spike suddenly dropped out onto the floor of the dining room. Boop! What do you think's gonna happen? The second, soon after that, in the living room. A few minutes later, the third one fell, and the fourth, and the fifth, and after a while, he lost count. Before long, all the dark spikes were gone, and Spiky was as soft and as pink as a soft pink marshmallow. Does he look happy? He's saying no. He didn't scare anyone now. Look, all the snails are laughing. That's not very nice, though, because he looks sad. The snails sneered and the toads tittered. The butterflies landed on his soft pink bottom, mistaking it for a rosebud. Without his spikes, Spiky was harmless and a little bit silly. He felt completely lost. With no spikes, his life was pointless. Whatever would he do with his days? Spiky spent his time sitting on the hardest rock in the forest, feeling very sad and sorry for himself. But one afternoon, Bernardo the bunny came hopping along. "Hey there," he said. "What's wrong?" "I'm sad," replied Spiky. "Without my spikes, I don't feel like Spiky anymore. I don't know what to do." "I see," said Bernardo, who was a very wise little bunny. "Come with me." Spiky went. He had nothing better to do. They went for a long walk through the forest. Bernardo took him to amazing spots with beautiful views of the whole valley. and they chatted about serious things. And about less serious things. In the days that followed, Bernardo invited Spiky to his burrow near the lake so he could get to know the rest of the family. They went for long, cool swims and had diving competitions. Spiky felt the breeze on his soft skin. He could sunbathe and roll about in the meadow with the blades of grass tickling his pink back. Does he look like he's having fun? Yeah, he's having a lot more fun than he was before. He saw that there were so many things he could still do, even without spikes. He could play ball, and it didn't burst. He could be close to others. See, he's not poking them. Very close. Very, very close. Closer than he'd ever been before. Don't try that with COVID. And it was a good feeling. Oh. Try that with your family, though, because it is really sweet. By now, he was getting used to his pink skin, but one morning, he woke up with a strange itch. He looked at himself in the mirror and saw that lots and lots of little spikes were growing again, all over his back, his tummy, his head, and his bottom. Perhaps being soft and pink was just a phase. Aha, he thought at first. Spiky the Spiteful is back. Ha 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 ha. All right, I added that in, but he probably did it. Spiky had been born to scare everyone and to play nasty tricks. Maybe it was time to return to his old way of life. Spiky decided to give it a try, so he ran out to raise a ruckus. As he went by, the toads hopped into the pond, the snails ran away as fast as their slime could carry them, and the chickadees flew for shelter among the leaves of the trees. Everything seemed to have gone back to the way it was before, but for Spiky, it didn't feel the same. All that scariness, what was the point? He went back to his usual rock to contemplate. What does contemplate mean? He's thinking about it. He's reflecting on his life. And when he thought about it, those big old trees sheltered him from the summer sun with their leafy branches. The butterflies and the flowers gave the forest a nice touch of color. The chickadees weren't that annoying, and the snails? No, the snails really were revolting. That means they were gross. He didn't like them. What's wrong? Bernardo asked him again. I'm confused, said Spiky. You know my spikes have grown back. Well, I can see that. Don't I scare you? No, you're still you, with or without spikes, said Bernardo, who was indeed a very wise little bunny. Come on, the others are waiting for us at the lake. And so they spent another afternoon together. See, they're roasting marshmallows. And he's knitting something. Look at that. And then another. And another. And yet another. Look, he popped that. Because he has his spikes again. And on this basketball, it's hard to see, but it says, puncture-proof ball. That way he can't pop it. La 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 la. Boo! Like Bernardo the bunny, he scares the snail. Boo! And it was a very, very good feeling. Does he have friends? He does. The end. And I miss you guys. And I'll send you another story sometime too. But I am better. I am. So see you soon. Bye.